Okay, so in this video, I'm going to go over some of the AI tools that I've integrated into my configuration of NeoVim for academic research and for programming. All right, so I think the first thing that's worth mentioning is that because learning NeoVim and configuring it is so hard, AI has an especially important role to play in editing and learning about your config, continuing to improve it. So one example of this is I used AI to produce all this documentation for my existing config, which has gotten fairly complicated. I have a lot of different plugins now. And I am sort of in the process of continuing to evolve these and simplify and so on. And you may as well. And it can be kind of overwhelming to keep everything up to date and documented. So using AI is a really good application for this. And it can be helpful to you. Say, like, I don't know, you choose some tool or some plugin here, you want to know, what it does. Well, one thing you could do is, so I have Avante set up, so we can open up Avante. We can clear out this previous chat. We could say, whenever I explain what this config file does, or yeah, something like that. Okay, so it'll submit that I'm running called 3.7. There's a bunch of other options. I'll show how to switch models here. But okay, so it's going to give me some kind of like fairly high level explanation here. But then you can easily drill down into any topic. So that's kind of nice. Another thing that's a little bit more pointed is, say I select this line, space HS, and I can say, explain this line to me. Of course, you could ask it to do other things. You could ask it to refactor a function for you. You could ask it to do all kinds of things. So that's kind of nice. And yeah, sometimes better than others. Didn't really have much to say there. That sort of utility is better for just kind of refactoring things. Maybe I'll say, how about this? Space HS, improve the comments here, making them more tidy. It's a good thing it's a good thing to get a little bit of help with. Okay. That's a little bit better. I think I'll keep that. Okay, so that's the kind of thing. So this is a nice utility, and if you want to, so I set up some functions for switching model. So, all of these are documented in the documentation, so I'm not going to say what they all are now. So there's one, Control M allows you to toggle just between the models you have loaded for a given provider. So this is Anthropic. But there's also, what is it now? Control S for switch for actual provider. So I have Claude, Gemini, OpenAI. So, okay, we choose Gemini. And then let's say we choose this one. And then it'll ask me, do you want this to be default? I don't think I do. And then, it tells me, okay, there it is. So anyways, that's the game. And then, if I do Control M, now it just switches between the different Gemini providers. Okay, so that's how that works. That's pretty useful. And this is kind of just for like housekeeping, local stuff. There's more that Avante can do. So here it always auto loads the file that you're in, but you can add other ones. So if I do the @ sign, then I can load my entire config actually. But I don't know. I find it's not the best for that. It's kind of better for working in a local file and maybe one or two others, but that's just been my finding. Sometimes it's also nice to, say we select this whole function, space H. Actually, let's just say we select one of these lines, space def, space HA. Then it will drop that line in here, and then I can kind of directly speak about, say, explain this line to me. And then, it'll just comment on that line. And, there's also, you can you can ask it to edit things and you can accept them and so on. So anyways, Avante is well worth checking out. It's a pretty powerful and pretty elegant, I think, implementation of an AI assistant in NeoVim. So that's nice. There's a lot of other videos you can watch about that. Okay, the next tool I want to demonstrate is Lectic. And so I'm actually gonna go over here to another project. So yeah, let's just quit out. So I have this notes. And so, okay, so this is, Lectic is really good for academic research. And I mean, it's good for research of any kind. So, okay, you give it a name, you know, who you're talking to. You give some kind of prompt. This could be longer, but you know, okay, this is a start. And I have a little example here, you know, provide both formal definition and intuitive explanation of bisimulation in modal logic. Okay, so that's kind of something we might, good test case. And so I have a key binding here for run Lectic on file. And so it's gonna just spit it out. And what's nice about this is that instead of a kind of ephemeral chat that, you know, whatever vanishes after some amount of time, or, you know, you'd have to like cut and paste or what have you, that this is just, you know, essentially a markdown file. You know, it's an extension of the file type, of the markdown file type. But, and then, you know, I can bring in, say there's something here that, I don't know, I want to have explained to me a little bit, but maybe I don't want to actually edit it. I can then ask Avante to do that. Say like, you know, explain this in English, you know, something like that. And then, you know, okay, it'll, you know, elaborate. Maybe that's useful and I can actually cut and paste it in there, or maybe not. I can just, you know, this is kind of my more ephemeral chat, which, you know, is useful to have as well. Okay, so that's nice, but we can continue the conversation. We say, I don't know, what use is this concept, you know, in modal logic or something like that. ML. Okay, so you're kind of having this ongoing chat, and it just continues to populate, and it, you know, it keeps some amount of context here, and you can add other tools, and there's a lot more to say about it. It's well worth checking out. I'll leave a link to the repository down below and also leave a link to Avante. So those are the main two tools that I'm using inside NeoVim. But I should say that I've also been using this in conjunction with Claude Code just based in the terminal. And so now you have these kind of like 3 different modes of attack. And I find that they all kind of address slightly different problems, and they're all useful in different contexts. So anyways, it's nice to have a variety to choose from. So yeah, that's what I wanted this video to be about. But I should say these tools, you know, downloading someone else's config is always kind of overwhelming. And these tools make it a lot easier to go through it. I mean, first of all, they've nicely documented the whole config. So even though this itself is kind of overwhelming, you know, at least you have all the information, you know where to look, you know what to search for, and then if you want further explanations, Avante will explain things to you. And of course, you can then also get its help trying to edit things. So maybe, I don't know, you don't like the way something is set up, and let's go to surround. You know, you want different surround things. You can get Avante to explain what's going on to you here, and to say like, ooh, I don't want that. How do I make it like this? And whatever. There you go. It will do it for you. So that's quite nice. So hope that is helpful.